SUJ-Media. I haven't been around for a while, taking time out with the family, the kids. You know, I have teenagers now, so we know how they can be. But right now, I have back with me Miss Trae Burgess. She hasn't been here, I haven't seen, 3 years now?
Yeah, about
3 years. And 3 years ago, you was fighting
breast cancer.
breast cancer. And now, are we cancer-free?
We are cancer-free.
For how long?
3 years.
3 years.
Yep.
Wow. Woo! Which was definitely a blessing.
Yeah.
Definitely a blessing.
It's quite a journey.
It is. That's why I wanted you to be on Sharing Your Journey in Media, because I know it wasn't easy. It's hard. It's very hard. And tell me about, what's been going on with you.
Just living and trying to find me again.
Okay.
Cancer is the disease that keeps taking. It keeps taking. Despite you may have beat the prognosis or beat the diagnosis, it continues to take because there's always residual effects.
Okay.
Whether it be from the medication or the surgeries or the radiation, it's always something. Issues, neuropathy in my fingers, just opening up a bottle is tough.
Okay.
I know some women that can't walk, due to the medication. I had reconstruction. I opted for reconstruction, and mine was a complete and total disaster due to radiation. So I'm up for another reconstruction. But it's just always something. It's always something. And like I said, you beat it, but then you have to continue to fight.
Yes.
So.
Because I also remember once the cancer was gone, you were saying you're stuck. Like, where do I go now? What do I do now? Because you were so used to like a support team from the doctors, going to the doctors all the time. That once you're done, you're done. So you was feeling trapped.
I still feel trapped.
You still feel trapped.
I'm gonna be completely and totally transparent. I do not know this body that I'm in. And that's hard for me because I'm a bit of a control freak and I like to be in control, but there's days that I just am not in control and my body dictates to me what it's gonna be. Okay. And it's just hard, especially when you're self-sufficient and you're used to doing your thing and raising your kids and being in a certain mode and flying through life. And now you can't do those things. It's probably actually a blessing. I just haven't received it as such yet to slow me down because I think I was speeding through. I think I wasn't focused. I think I was just, surviving and not living. So, but yeah, I still feel trapped. I'm still trying to find the path because even though, like I said, I beat it, the residual effects, like I'm severely anemic to the point that I have to have IV therapy done, like probably every 6 months, 4 to 6 treatments. And they had told me at one point my red blood cells were abnormal. They told me they were thinking I had leukemia. Thank God it wasn't that. I was just severely anemic.
Wow.
So it's just, the cancer really does a number on your body, but what choice do you have? You know what I mean? You got to fight. And my oncologist, as of recently, I just went to see her, and she wants me on a medication for at least a minimum of 5 years. Now, I don't like to take vitamins. So for me to do the chemo was just, I had to. But to take a pill that's a form of chemo for the next 5 years, no.
Now, when you take the pill, is there like an aftermath from that?
It's gonna be fatigue, and then it could blow up the symptoms I already have, like the neuropathy in my hands could get worse. It could be worse in my feet, and it's just a lot. It's a lot. But in the same breath, you want to be here for your children because my children are grown. They're
so you
10
do take the pill?
And 13. No, I don't.
You don't? Okay.
I opted not to. I'm going a holistic route. But every time I go in for a checkup, she's on my heels about it. And she's telling me, well, you could end up with brain cancer. You could end up with bone cancer. And I was shook. When I left her office, I was shook. I cried. And I said, Lord, I need 40 more years. And then if you choose to take me home after 40 more years, so be it. But I need to see my kids as active, growing adults.
Exactly.
Functioning, well-off adults. And I need to see my grandkids. And then if you choose to say, Trae, it's over, then it's over. Because I'm definitely not taking any more chemo. That's a wrap.
So you feel, without taking a pill, you feel healthy?
No. Well, I feel better.
Okay.
I feel better than I did when I was going through it, but I don't feel like the Trae before. I don't. But that's the price I have to pay.
Okay, and you mentioned kids. You got your kids back, because I know when you were sick, they went to the islands with your mom.
They were in the Bahamas with my mom. And it's always just been us. It's just been my kids and me. Their father, in and out.
Yeah.
But my son didn't thrive there. He was very emotional. I would go to see them. I was there like every 3 months going to visit. And when I would leave, it would be heart-wrenching. He would cry. And then he would say, I know what you got to do, what you got to do. So the minute I was able to take them back, I took them back. But then he was angry. And I took him for counseling. They said that he had post-traumatic stress syndrome. Because from losing their dad, being away from me, and my mom is a different type of parent, so it's just a lot. But now we're regrouping, we're getting it back together.
That's good.
So
that's good.
Yeah.
And I also remember you saying when you found out you had breast cancer, where you was living at in Trenton, 2 other people was also diagnosed.
On my same street. There was a young lady across the street from me. We're actually really good friends previous to the cancer. She was diagnosed with the same type. We have a hormonal based cancer. It's estrogen based, and it's called HER2 positive cancer. HER2 positive. She was diagnosed probably about 6 months before I was, so she was able to school me on the questions to ask. Then there was a young man 2 houses from me that died from a sarcoma in his leg. And to see this brother, he was, on point together, and to see him diminish so quickly. And I know I'm very good friends with his mom, but I couldn't even attend his funeral. I couldn't, because I was in the middle of treatment, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah,
it took him out of here quickly. But, you just got to play the hand that you dealt, and just pray that the Lord have mercy upon you, and just try to have your stuff in order so that, God forbid, if it didn't go right, I had their godmother in place that if it didn't go right, they would go to her, and she would raise them, even though my mom was like, I want them. But I didn't want, my mom is 67, I didn't want her to have to raise my children full time, especially not my son. But I'm thankful that I'm here, and I'm praying that God give me 40 more years.
Oh, you look great.
Well,
proud of you. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
I had to have you back on the show. You're my first guest, and you're like my hero, because it's not easy, No,
and there's always this saying that God gives his toughest battles to his strongest warriors. And I just commend anybody that's going through the battle of cancer, because mentally it's draining, physically and financially, emotionally. It's just a lot. And thank God for your support system, for people who are there for you. Exactly. And one thing that I wasn't really open to was really sharing with people what I was going through and taking the help.
Yeah, I remember that, because I saw it on Facebook, and that's when I'm like, wait, did I just read this right? Yeah. And I called you right away, and you said you didn't want to be a burner, which could never be.
Yeah, but you know how we are. When you used to, when you used to doing it on your own, you don't know how to take help.
Yeah.
I'll help anybody, but I don't know how to take it.
And I think I'm the same way. Yeah. I think that's the Capricorn.
And it's also being black. Being a black woman.
Exactly. Be strong.
Yeah, too strong sometimes.
And that can be a bad thing.
Yeah.
It could be a bad thing.
So I just commend, I know at least 3 women that were diagnosed in the last year. A young lady I went to high school with, she was diagnosed. Another young lady that I met recently. And you know how you click with somebody, you just vibe with them, and you don't really know them from a can of paint, but you feel like And I kept asking, we met at a girlfriend's house, and I kept asking about her. And my girlfriend was like, I hit you up, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. I'm like, what? So I reached out to her, she had a double mastectomy, she's in chemo, and she's a fighter, she's doing it. But it just seems to be so many single mothers that's going through it. And it might be just as many married Caucasian women, but in our culture, all I'm seeing is single mothers. And it's like, we talked about this before. I believe that we as women, the love that we're looking for everywhere else comes from God and our sisters.
Exactly.
And if we tap into that, it's nothing we can't face.
But you get a lot of black women that don't know how to do that. They don't know how to be there for one another. They hate on each other. But a lot of us don't know how to do that.
That's true.
Hopefully we can learn how to do that.
That's true.
I think this world will be different.
Yeah.
Very different.
Especially amongst our girls too. How they're coming up with one another. The stuff that's going on with these young girls and how they hate on each other and stuff. And just the way we are as a people, So I just really, I commend anyone that's in the battle. I pray for anybody that's in the battle that you just hold on, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. I'm out of the struggle, but I'm still in the tunnel. But I do see the light.
Okay, I like that. And I heard you also just mentioned you do stuff the holistic way, natural.
Oh, girl.
I'm
yes.
all down for that. Like,
Yes.
if I know I have a bad cold, which I get really sick this time of year, and in the springtime, it's really bad, I try to work it out myself.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, like Dr. Sabi, I use his product, and it helps.
I
You know, even though he's not here with us no more, there's a reason why he's not here
Hello.
with us no more.
Well, that, we already know what that's about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We need to get back to natural. Once we get back to that, we will not be as sick. You know what I mean? The stuff that we're eating, fruits and vegetables. Like, I just started juicing again.
That's good.
And I put garlic in everything. My kids hate it. I put garlic in eggs. garlic.
I would be mad too in eggs.
Garlic. Because there's so many residual effects of garlic, you know? Now I'm really starting to get on ginger. I'm putting ginger in everything. They're like, Lord. Yes.
Hey, if it works, it works.
You know? And like with, my 13-year-old, she fights me tooth and nail about living a holistic lifestyle and a healthy lifestyle. She want to eat lab meat. And that's what I call McDonald's, lab meat.
Oh, yeah.
And, she wants to eat that stuff. And I'm like, your mother's been diagnosed with breast cancer. I don't carry the gene, but I'm the second person in our family. I have a great aunt who's 93 years old that was diagnosed and beat it 60 years ago. Now it's me.
Yeah.
We don't know who. And I truly believe the Bible says the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy.
Yep.
So we can play with him if we want to and let him win.
Exactly.
So I'm on her heels about breast exams and about, your menses and all this kind of stuff. Now, you don't have no privacy. Let's find out what's going on with you. So I just think that mothers, we have to really get back focused on our kids and just constantly drill into them healthy ways, especially our females.
Exactly.
Because there's so much stuff that they have to come against,
Yep.
Like this whole vaccine with the HPV.
Yeah. They give it to boys too.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And I'm just back and forth about it. Just like, and I really trust my pediatrician, I do. I've been with her since day one, but I don't know. I think a lot of stuff is,
Well, I think. See, you don't want me to say what
Yeah, I do. I think everything's Tuskegee Airmen all over again. They trying.
That's what I think we're the guinea pigs.
Yeah, we are.
So that's why for me to go to the doctor, I have to be like really, really, really sick. Mm-hmm. I get yelled at by everyone, but I just believe we're the guinea pigs. Let me tell you something.
When you get sick, all you gotta do is some oregano oil. Oregano oil will bring out stuff in you didn't even know was in you. Mm-hmm. Now I'm not gonna front. It burns. But it's coming out. Yep. You know what I mean? That's all you got to do. A couple shots of oregano oil, you'll be good. You'll be shocked. Wow. So yeah, it's so much stuff that we could do that we don't have to go, the pharmaceutical way. We don't have to.
Do you want to say anything to my viewers? Get your regular mammogram. Check out.
I was 39 when I was diagnosed, and I found my lump a year before due to a breast exam, just a self breast exam after taking a shower. I just encourage anyone to do your exams, even if you don't know what you're looking for. Do it before your period and after your period. You will notice if something is different. Then, if you're eligible for a mammogram, get it. Is it horrible? Yes, it is, but it needs to be done.
Okay.
And I just say, just know your body and listen to your body. And if you're tired, rest. You'd be surprised how many diseases come from stress and no rest.
Stress. That's one of the number one killers, stress. Yeah. That what brings on these diseases.
I think that's what activates it, So just take care of you. And there's a lot of men that are being diagnosed, but this is more so for women, what I'm about to say. Take care of you. It is not wrong to take care of you. It is not wrong to love you. It is not wrong to focus on you. It is not wrong to take a step back from everybody else's BS, your kids included, and love on you. Exactly. Because, God forbid, if you don't take care of you, who's going to be here to take care of your kids?
Exactly. I agree with you. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming. I love you, and I'm going to have you back on the show.
Well, hopefully it'll be on the flip side.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've gotten through the tunnel, now I'm helping somebody else through the tunnel.
Well, hopefully, I can't even talk today. Your story helps someone today. Touch at least one person.
I hope so.
Maybe more than that, but
I hope so.
This is a very serious thing.
It is, and that's what I told God. If I have to go through it so my daughter doesn't have to, it's worth it.
Yep. Well, I thank you so much, Trae. I love you.
Oh, I love you too. Thank you for having me.
Oh, anytime.
listen.